I feel like we were the generation at the beginnings of creating cultures. Like I don't remember hearing culture growing up or even knowing what it was like that.
That's the problem. You probably didn't necessarily know what the word was, but then once you get a clear understanding of it, I would be wrong to say that we're of the generation that was of the beginning, because there was culture way before we existed, and there was different kinds of, ways of life. You know what I'm saying? The culture is a way of life. So to say it would start when we were young, that would be wrong. To say the hip hop culture started from our time would be much better, but it actually, it was jump started by people who were a little older than us.
Right.
But
Right.
still, they were a little older than us, so they were a different generation, and I guess that's why that generation looks at the younger generation in a weird way.
Understood. Facts. And I think so. With that being said, for those who don't know you and have an idea of who you are, I'd love for you to give a quick high level. Who's Clark Kent? A little background for the people.
God-fearing husband, father, music, the embodiment of music, and a fresh addict. And I've been a producer. I am a DJ. I produce when I feel like it. I'm a brand consultant, so I do things that can help brands for the best, for the betterment of those brands. And besides that, the most important thing is I'm God's child.
You are so God's child, and that is our most important job and responsibility that you and I speak about often, and it's intertwined in literally everything we do. Obviously, throughout this, I'm going to be giving you your flowers on a number of things, and to say that you have been at the epicenter of helping what I call shaping the culture, and I'm glad you corrected me the way that you did in the beginning, because you're absolutely right. There are a number of cultures that had been present way before us, right? Mm-hmm. And I should have been a little bit more detailed on when I talk about youth culture as we know it today and the components that have shaped it: music, fashion, footwear. That's what I was referencing. But you were spot on with, right, there were definitely many cultures that existed prior. But when I talk about shaping the culture as we know it from a music and a footwear standpoint, it's a real understatement to say that you're at the epicenter. A huge understatement. I personally and professionally had a front row seat to really see it. Mm-hmm. And I want to know what seed it is that you watered in then and now to kind of maintain this ability to see something before anyone else, right? Because you've done this heavy in music. You've done it heavy. I mean, and again, heavy is an understatement. But there's a seed that you have, and again, premise of this: to whom much is given, much is required. Part of that requirement is sharing. I'd love for you to share that, because the hope is somebody else sees something in themselves to be able to pick up on this gift that you definitely have.
Well, I guess like the most evident part of this gift would be the fact that I can spot great talent. I think that gift comes from the fact that I am greatly talented. You know what I'm saying? Because talent begets talent.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be talented to be able to see and understand the next talent. I am a music junkie. There isn't anything that I won't listen to. I want to understand why every song was made. I want to understand why every line is said. I want to understand why when it comes to music. So because of that, I pay much greater attention to the details than most people do. So like let's say I hear a rapper. the first thing I figure out is he an MC or is he a rapper? Once I figure out is he an MC or is he a rapper, then my expectations of the talent change. So I want this thing that we were clearly at the beginning of to stay magnificent. You know what I mean? I don't want it to start to get horrible where someone my age goes, I just hate this thing. You know what I mean? But this thing is something that we built, so we shouldn't hate it. Be able to understand why it's moving in the way that it's moving, and as the grown-ups in it, be able to speak to the youth and say, well, this is where you're going wrong. This is how you get it right. But you can't really do that if you don't know how to spot the talent. And the talent comes from really listening and really caring and then remembering, okay, well, the rap music was a contact sport. It was who's going to be the best, who's going to be the best all the time. You know what I'm saying? And then if you're looking for greatness within these things, you should be looking for the ones who are going to be the best or who are going to get looked at as the best. Now, since I saw it from the beginning, I watched how the best became the best. And I watched how and what we judge the criteria of looking at them like from the gate. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you saying things that are incredible in an incredible way? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that becomes a thing that matters to me. It's like, what is the artist saying and how is he saying?
We truly appreciate your support because it helps us fulfill our mission of promoting cultural awareness and personal development. Please click the subscribe button below to help ensure and solidify our mission.